How does it feel to be idling tonight?
You know what? It's kind of bad because I'm just sitting here and it's like, I mean, I'm not playing. I feel like Harold Carmichael.
9.5 sacks. One more, it voids the last year of your contract. So when Coach says you're sitting, do you head into his office and beg or what?
Well, you know what? I did do that, but he said, hey, you know, he had his reasons, and I said, well, you know, Coach, I'm not going to try to force the issue on this. I know you're doing it for a good reason, but it's just kind of hard just to sit here.
Bears held opponents to 203 points this year. Right now, you guys are at 198. How much a point of pride to have that record for the season?
You know what? That would mean a lot, but right now we're just trying to get healthy because we know we got to see these guys next week, so we're just kind of, you know, playing it safe.
It's no secret you guys are small up front. They've started to really get their running game going. So what do you need to work on this week?
Getting off blocks, most definitely, and getting after them and playing in their backfield.
Best of luck.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Mike?
Susie, thanks very much. Aaron Stecker can finish the third down back. King under pressure.
Wow.
And they got him, and now a marker goes down.
That's going to be face mask. That's going to be a face mask by Darren Walker, number 97. He's got him with one hand. Darwin Walker.
Ooh. And it's a 15-yard variety.
I don't know. I mean,
does he turn his head? If you turn his head around, that is 15.
Pulls it right down, doesn't let go, twists it. Absolutely, good call.
So a break for the Buccaneers, and they lose the sack.
That's the only thing that really determines that. I mean, if you turn the guy's head around or not away from the forward motion, if you just hit it and let go, they'll call face mask, which is 5.
And it's a good thing. It's a great way to protect the quarterback.
Andy Reid in his second year, he's been incredibly successful in Philadelphia.
I talked to him on the field, and he said, can we leave yet? He wants to know we can go home now.
Well, you know, we talked about at the beginning. All I want to do is get out of here healthy.
Still going to be a game.
Hugh Douglas said it.
Rabi Abdullah dives to the 30. Actually, next week will be the third time this year these teams have prepared for each other. They prepared for each other the second week of the season before the 9/11 disaster. They're preparing this week and getting ready for next week. So they are going to know each other about as well as you can.
So they're actually preparing this week for next week.
If you look at it that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't gloss this whole thing over. And Sean King, when he came in and threw 2 passes, he didn't get the game plan.
I think you can over-prepare. I really do.
King short set to Cook out in the flat, and he is spun out of bounds by Quentin Caver, the rookie linebacker from Arkansas.
I talked to Jim Johnson, the defensive coordinator of the Eagles, and one of the guys he was real curious at looking at was Quentin Caver. He felt like he wanted to see how well he can blitz. He wanted to see how he covered in space. There you saw him make a nice open field tackle. Normally plays behind Mike Caldwell at the right linebacker position. Between Carlos Emmons at 250 and Quentin Caver at 230, you got a nice variety. Big guy, run stopper, another guy, chase the quarterback.
There's a lot of speed. 3rd and 2 for the Bucs. King from the shotgun rifles this one down the middle, and it's going to be a first down up at the 47-yard line. Carl Williams with a catch.
Well, when we sat down and visited with Sean King, and just the fact that he had the opportunity to play in this game, he was excited. He said he learned a lot. He learned how much he hated sitting on the bench, but he understood the situation. He wanted to come in here. When we said this game doesn't mean very much, he said to some of us it means an awful lot. You got to remember, he's 15-9 as a starter, second-round selection, and there's no saying that this football team wouldn't be in the same situation if Sean King was the quarterback.
Philadelphia shows blitz. Abdullah cuts it outside and pushed out of bounds. And another thing about Sean King, he said he would like personally to win this game for Tony Dungy. This is the coach who went out and got Brad Johnson to replace Sean King as the starting quarterback. He still wants to win it for Dungy.
And when we asked Sean King, do you want to be back here next year? It has nothing to do with contract. He says, definitely. I want to be here. I want to play for Tony Dungy here in Tampa.
He's only in his 3rd year. And the guy's looking at a lot of years and a lot of opportunities to play for someone else if he gets the chance.
Eagles appeared to jump Darwin Walker again.
Well, that's 20 yards and penalties on Darwin so far.
Well, what a nice job by Sean King, though. Goes with the hard count.
Encroachment, 97. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
And Walker is playing that tackle spot because their outstanding run stopper, Hollis Thomas, broke his foot last week running onto the field for pregame introductions. And they need to find a tackle. Grassmanis, the guy who would normally be there, is also hurt. Abdullah moving the pile. The last few games, the Eagles have not done a good job of stopping the run. They were 20th overall this season, but giving up 130 yards a game in the last 3 games.
Well, you know, it goes to show you how, when you have a big guy in the middle, like Hollis Thomas, and you got that guy and you lose him, he is the one guy that usually takes on 2 people.
One of the team that's the classic of that would be the New Orleans Saints, who just got pummeled again today when they lost Norman Hand.
Blitz coming from the Eagles. King sidesteps one, throws. That had interception written all over it, but it was wide of Al Harris.
But I'll tell you what, if you looked at that defensive line of Philadelphia getting off the ball on that play on 3rd down, I mean, you can't tell them this might be a preseason game. When these guys came off the ball, Sean King really had no chance.
Mark Royals will come on to kick to Mitchell. 7 from the league, averaging 12 yards a return. Angles it toward the near sideline, takes a bad hop and goes out of bounds up around the 24-yard line. Kick of only 22 for the veteran Mark Royals. So the Eagles will take over at their 24, down 3-0. Douglas not playing tonight, so he'll do a little coaching on the sideline for that Eagles defense.
Tell them they look good. That's what he's telling them. You guys look good. I look better because I'm in street clothes. But you guys look good.
Troy Detmer, the quarterback, Buckhalter, and Martin are the backs behind him. Buckhalter. Get down to Susie Colbert and Pro Bowler Keyshawn Johnson.
Well, Keyshawn, you come into the weekend tied for the league lead in receptions, but you also been playing on a bad ankle. So are you kind of torn? You want to be out there? You want to rest?
Yeah, I'd rather rest. And the fact that we got into the playoffs is not that big of a deal. I don't really care about the receptions. I've done what it takes to get my team into the postseason. Plus, I made the Pro Bowl, so it doesn't lead in receptions and stuff like that. I'll trade this vacation anytime for that.
Down the stretch, it's been buck ball again. Run, run, run. But Brad's also thrown for more than 550 times this season. So who are you guys now?
Well, we're just a team, I think, that's going to continue to play our best ball late in the year. If it's running the ball to Mike or throwing the ball down the field, we're going to take our best chances, whichever one that may be.
I'm going against this ultra-aggressive Eagles defense, some great corners. So what do you have in store for them for next week?
I'm going to rest, and then you'll see.
All right, Keyshawn, thanks. Mike.
Susie, what a great year he had. 106 catches during the regular season. Detmer back to throw. Flags are down. John Lynch with a pick. Lynch playing with a bad shoulder. I asked him earlier in the week, you going to play or rest? He said, oh, I'm playing. John Lynch wants to play. There is a marker down. Let's check that.
That's going to go against the Eagles. Illegal motion.
John Lynch is one guy. Well, he's not one, but there are a lot of guys that it doesn't make any difference what kind of game and what it means
Illegal
to be on the
formation
field.
on the offense. That penalty's declined. First down. Tampa Bay.
That guy comes to play when he gets out of bed.
Well,
I'm telling you right now.
The whole point is you've got to play starters. You've got a limited roster. He does an excellent job of reading Coy Detmer's eyes and just cuts right in front of Freddie Mitchell. Warren Sapp getting his usual double team, sliding still, putting pressure on Coy Detmer. Warren may not have posted the numbers, only 6 sacks, but boy, he can still bring heat.
Third interception of the season for John Lynch, and the Bucs set up shop at the Eagle 27. Empty backfield for King. Throws, and that's the rookie Milton Wynn with his second catch of the night and his second of the year. Quentin Tabor with the tackle.
When you throw this play here, it really is almost like a running play. I mean, you spread everybody out. You've got 5 receivers, and it's just a little dump pass. If he breaks it, fine. He's got maybe have a touchdown. But this picks up 7 yards. Now you can do anything you want to do.
Well, the thing that a lot of defenses do, when you go 4 or 5 wides now, the defensive linemen are so smart. They know you're not going to take a deep drop, so they take a step or so and get their hands up.
King dumps it to Stecker. Gang tackle as he got to the 13-yard line.
Can I just? I know Philadelphia's defense. That's vanilla. Now you want to go and explain this offense to us?
Yeah, well, they're cracking a few heads out there. They got the nutcracker out. I'll tell you that.
The Bucs providing a little chocolate sauce to the vanilla right now. And Aaron Stecker has been used as the 3rd down back behind Dunn and Allstott this year.
And really, Aaron Stecker's kickoff return against the New Orleans Saints that set the tempo in that game and propelled Tampa into the opportunity to be in the playoffs.
Stecker, room to run off the left side, cuts it back inside the 10 to the 9. And don't forget, this was the Tampa Bay team that was 4-5 and written off by everybody. And then they played the St. Louis Rams and beat them. I think that was the watershed event this year.
Yeah, well, they went up against Pittsburgh. Look at the games that they lost. They lose to Pittsburgh 17-10, lose to Chicago 24-27. They beat St. Louis 24-17. They have played some very good football.
They have had a wicked schedule, Joe, all year long.
That game may have given them the confidence, Mike, that the Pittsburgh game where they gave up 10 sacks really started this offensive line saying we have to play better, and they have.
Brad Johnson said a couple of those games took a year off his career. He was hit so hard and so often. Of course, we have come to expect this turnaround from the Tampa Bay Bucs. They seem to get off to horrible starts. In '99, they were 3-4. Then finished 8-1. Same in 2000, finished 7-2. Same this year, finished 6-2.
It was funny when we talked to Warren Sapp about it. He said, hey, listen, I just as soon start with victories. We don't like doing this all the time.
Crowd comes to its feet here in Tampa Bay to give a hand to the Bucs. They will finish the first quarter on top 3-0 over the Philadelphia Eagles as these teams get set to play each other next week with the playoffs at the Vet. Totally dominant first quarter for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 103 yards, only 5 for the Eagles, and 1 big turnover for Philadelphia.
Well, if we do the game next week, please say that stat. So we could put it up after the first quarter.
May not matter much.
Yeah.
3rd down and a yard for the Buccaneers. Stecker and Cook, the running backs. Stecker. Touchdown.
Down Tampa Bay.
John Lynch's pick set it up.
Boy, that was outstanding blocking by that offensive line at the point of attack.
4-yard touchdown run by number 23.
If it wasn't much of a decision by Stecker, we saw the holding got there. Take a look on the left-hand side.
I remember when we did their preseason game. We came down here to visit with Tampa. And Keyshawn, Warren, Happy, Dave Moore. But I remember coming down talking to Tony Nathan, the running backs coach. And they were really excited about Aaron Stecker. I mean, he had an excellent preseason. And, of course, when you got Allstott and Dunn, you're not going to get a lot of opportunity. But he certainly has capitalized on it.
First career rushing touchdown for Aaron Schecker comes from the last week of the regular season. And Bryan gets the point after to extend the Bucs lead to 10-0.